Morning and welcome to 2017 here on the Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. Matt, it's good to be back, my man.
Yeah.
It's been a while, man.
Definitely good to have you back in this.
Yeah, in the chair. And I hope you had good holidays, a happy new year, along with our producers and everyone out there. But hey, we're back. New year, 2017. Let's get the show started. Got a lot to talk about, obviously. NFL playoffs this past weekend. And then we also have a big game tonight in the college football world as the national championship game is played tonight. And then we will focus on some college hoops. Not too big of a show today, but there's a lot to talk about. And so why don't we get into the breaking news, Matt? Go ahead. Drop it down for us.
All
Get
right.
us started.
Saturday, we have former Wichita State basketball phenoms Ron Baker and Fred VanVleet. They have earned guaranteed NBA contracts with their respective teams, which Ron Baker with the Knicks and VanVleet
With the Raptors.
the Raptors.
Yep.
I could not remember
Yeah.
who he played for.
Yep.
At 1:15 a.m. today, or yesterday, yes.
Yeah.
Isaiah Austin, the former Baylor basketball player who was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome during the 2014 NBA draft combine, he has signed a contract to play professionally in Europe, which is cool. He has signed with the FMP Belgrade club, an affiliate of the Serbian Giant Red Star Belgrade, after being cleared last month by doctors to begin playing again. That is awesome. At 7:45 last night, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that Dolphins defensive coordinator Vance Joseph is now scheduled to interview with the Denver Broncos. He had 3 requests, and now he has 1 interview tomorrow for their head coaching position. We had some other news with some troubling issues yesterday.
Yeah. Yes.
Would you care to talk
Start
about
those.
Odell?
Yeah, at 8 p.m., obviously, Odell Beckham reportedly punched a hole outside the locker room of the field workers, field maintenance guys' locker room after his press conference. Also, Sal Paolantonio, an ESPN analyst, reported that he saw Beckham banging his head against the wall after his press conference. Yes, it's ridiculous. I understand heat of the moment. It's bad. It's not good. And then at 10 o'clock p.m., ex-MLB slugger Manny Ramirez, he is 44 years old.
44 years young.
Yeah, young, I guess you could say. Yes.
What he's
Yes. Former Boston Red Sox phenom, obviously, you guys all know, signs a contract with Japan's Kochi Fighting Dogs. He is going to play with the Fighting Dogs, man, over in Japan. So, congrats to Manny. Can he make another MLB return? I highly doubt it. I don't see this happening. But, hey, you never know. It's Manny Ramirez. He's an awesome player back in the day.
Roger Clemens played at that old. Julio Franco played when he was 50.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's been previous instances of players coming back after or playing until they're 50. But I don't know. I'm curious to see. He was a heck of a baseball player.
Yeah,
back
very
when
good.
He did play with that 04 champion Red Sox. And I just this good opportunity for him.
Yeah. Then next at 10:10 p.m., Steelers linebacker coach Joey Porter was seen handcuffed after altercation with Pittsburgh cop outside the flats at Carson Bar. Porter played with the Steelers for 8 years of his 13-year NFL career.
Dolphins at the other.
Yeah, and he's in his second season as the linebackers coach, assistant coach for the Steelers. Not looking good, because then exactly an hour later, and I think you've got more to add on to this, Steelers assistant coach Joey Porter was arrested and charged with aggravated assault after the incident that took place the flats at the Carson Bar. his future is looking slim. Matt, go ahead and add what you. I think you had some things to add in there as well.
Yeah, this morning they came out with 5 different charges on his case. I don't know. I know it's assault, and I don't know the other the specific charges, but this is a case where they play Sunday in Arrowhead. That may, if he's lucky, that may be his last game. And if I was Mike Tomlin or I was the Steelers GM or owner, I would say you're out. You can't have this behavior in the professional ranks. No matter if you're a rookie, no matter if you're a coach, head coach, linebacking coach like he is, I just don't like it.
I think
it's kind of funny that it happened on this week when they play the Chiefs, but you can't have that behavior. I have a lot of Steelers fans from back home. This is kind of funny because we have this rivalry going on between us, and this is just another thing that makes me say the Chiefs have a better shot. They don't have the distractions like the Steelers do. So continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's done probably coaching. He might not even get another chance to coach this year. We just gotta wait and see. But I think definitely some action needs to be taken into here on this case. Matt, that kind of ends our breaking news. I'm sure there might be more stuff to break for you today. But for now, that is all we have. Let's get into the NFL wildcard recap. Our standings this week, we both went 4-0. I think everyone knew there was really only one good game, I think, that everyone was ready to see. And I think that was going to be, obviously, the Packers-Giants, and it didn't live up to what everyone thought it would probably live up to. You have a one-win lead or a one-pick-em lead over me. You're at 71-36. I'm at 70-37. This goes back to our Week 17. That's where you took advantage, obviously. Jumping up above me, you outpicked me by 2 picks. So let's dive into the first game. The Texans, they take care of the banged-up Raiders. They win 27-14 to advance to the divisional round, and they'll go to Foxborough to face the Patriots this Saturday. We both took the Texans. Do you think Brock Osweiler is back to the guy everyone thought he could be after a big day? He was 14 of 25 for 168 yards, 1 throwing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. He actually lived up and made it happen when they needed him. And I guess you got to say it at some point. Good quarterbacks show up for games they need. He did in this game, however it was the banged-up Raiders. Your thoughts?
Champions rise to the occasion. And that's a quote from I learned in high school with Mr. Jason Grider being the football coach. And he had a quote of the day every day, and that was the Friday quote. Champions do rise to the occasion. I'm not saying Brock Osweiler is a champion. Yes, they did win the Super Bowl last year, but it was Manny Peyton Manning. I don't think he's lived up to the $72 million contract that he just signed in the offseason yet.
Yeah.
But this is a stepping stone for him. I think that if he can produce, it all really depends on him if they are going to go into Foxborough and defeat the Patriots. They have a chance, but the line right now up there is a 15.5-point line updated today. And they have a defense, but I don't think this guy can do it all. It'll come down to whether he can play, give DeAndre Hopkins a chance to be the receiver that he truly is against a stellar Patriots team. I don't know. The Raiders were banged up big time. Derek Carr not playing. He was actively on social media throughout the game.
Yeah.
That's cool that he says he's good. But
Yeah.
he did say though that if they were to make it to the Super Bowl, if they had gone to the Super Bowl, he said he was going to play in that game.
Yep.
That's a lot of heart from a young quarterback like Derek Carr.
Pretty crazy.
The Raiders, they have weapons. They have the talent. I just don't. They're just not ready. They showed this year that they are not the bottom feeders in the AFC West or even in the AFC, let alone then. But they can contend with anybody. And I don't know if they. I don't know. It's a tough loss with Derek Carr.
Yeah, and that's kind of my thing this whole week, and I posted something on Facebook. It's sad. I really wish the AFC would have just not played any games this week, because what happened was obviously quarterbacks going out. Matt Moore, Texans, back they've had Savage and Osweiler here the last few weeks. Then you got the Raiders, who didn't only lose their first string, in Derek Carr, but their second string. So Connor could go. You knew really going in that the Steelers were, unless some miracle happened in Miami, But the thing is, I think it's just funny that the Raiders, they get there. It's funny in a way for Chief fans, obviously, because, hey, they're leading the division. All of a sudden, boom, we're back. You take over the division. It's sad, though, to see all these guys hurt when they meant so much to the team.
Like
Tannehill.
I hate seeing that. With Carr producing the season he did, an MVP caliber season, and then have it all taken away from him and crushed literally with the ankle or his leg being broken. And I hate seeing that. But football's a business. Next man up.
Yeah.
Do you have any more thoughts on the Raiders, Texans whatsoever? It was not really.
It just stinks. Like I said, it's bad for the game, and it's bad for the ratings. I think not many people probably watch this game because, like, the Raiders, Texans. I know I didn't really watch it, and you didn't. We were working, but when you got the backups, it's just kind of. But
it takes the fun out of it, really.
Yeah.
As a
Raider fans, though, be excited, because this is a very young team. Jack Del Rio had a great. If anyone hasn't seen it, go to the Raiders Twitter page. He had a great locker room speech to his team. I thought it was really well spoken.
A great speech.
Yes, after a loss, obviously you don't. It's not great, but it was really. It was a class speech by him, telling the team, don't make excuses for this. Yes, unfortunately, it didn't fall in the way we wanted it these last couple of weeks because of the, obviously the injuries and all that good stuff. So,
well, we had another game Saturday night. Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday night between the Seahawks and the Lions. The 12th man helped advance the Seahawks to the divisional round with a 26-6 victory over the Detroit Lions. We both picked the Seahawks. I didn't see any other way when it was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Detroit ended their season with their 4th straight loss after being known as the comeback kids really all year. 8 victories, being down or behind in the 4th quarter. Seahawks, are they that team now to beat in the playoffs? They're getting some momentum.
This is a very
It helped that they were at home.
You can never count out the Seahawks in the playoffs. They are that good. And I as a Seahawks, I'm not a Seahawks fan. But you got to give credit where it's due. This is a team that no matter what the situation is, if they're in the postseason, they're going to be a tough out in the postseason.
Michael Bennett actually just signed a contract extension, I believe, right before the game with the Seahawks, and now he is their that defense just has all these weapons.
Yeah,
I feel like that may have helps him out a little bit, getting his energy up. And hey, I got money now. I'm gonna keep going. These guys believe in me, and I'm going to provide for them. So the Seahawks are just you're right. You can't count them out.
No, and
in the last 5 years,
now they got to go to Atlanta, and that's a very winnable game. It's funny. We're gonna get to this later. It's funny how this whole playoff is just sunk in this year. I mean, it's crazy, and we'll get to that. The end. Detroit now. What are your thoughts on Detroit? Should they feel just ashamed? This is a team that was the clear favorites in the NFC North, and then all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers.
We said the whole time we were right.
Yep.
The Lions, they don't really have much to worry about. They got some young players on that defensive side, with like Darius Slay, and I know Eric's going to kill me for he's talked about the Lions all year, but I can't think of their names right now. Like Ziggy Ansah, that's what I'm thinking of. And these guys, and Marvin Jones, the key acquisition. Anquan Bolden said he's coming back next year. That was announced this morning. This quarterback, Matt Stafford, is so good.
And he got hurt. He did get
that's
hurt.
True. That's
and I think that was
they have the talent. They just need to execute in a tough division, a historically tough division with the Packers and the Bears.
Yeah.
And now the Vikings are coming back. They have hope for the future. They really.
Yeah. I agree totally. You get a healthy you'll get a healthy Matt Stafford hopefully this next year. So totally Lions fans shouldn't be just freaking out. You got weapons also for Stafford. And you're gonna get Amir Abdullah back. I mean, that was a big loss when he went out.
Theo Riddick went out.
Yeah, which
3 times.
Abdullah was having a great year until he went down with the injury. Let's move on. The big three come up huge for the Steelers in a 30-6 beatdown over the Dolphins, which I think it actually was 12. I don't know if anyone saw, but if you follow me on SportsCenter, or if you follow me on Snapchat or Twitter, I tweeted out because SportsCenter had it wrong when I was doing this script. So that is where I got the 6. Yes, it was 12. 30-12. Steelers. We both took Steelers, and in the NFC, it's the Packers. I think that everyone knew is the surprise team. They're showing it. Bell shines in his playoff debut while setting a franchise postseason record for rushing yards with 167 and 2 touchdowns. There was one series that he took the team down. He touched the ball every play, and they scored 80-some yards.
Yep.
I mean,
they compared him yesterday to Marcus Allen. The way he dances in the backfield, and he waits, and he's patient. He waits for those blocks to set up, and then he goes through the hole. And he's got, if he had breakaway speed like Marcus Allen did, then he would be spectacular.
Yeah,
and like he's already very, very good. Top 3 fantasy pick here the last 2 years, really, and at least in the drafts. And I am, as a Chiefs fan, I'm kind of scared about Le'Veon Bell. Not so much Antonio Brown because we have Marcus Peters, we got Terrence Mitchell, and Eric Berry, but we can stop the pass. But that run, man, Le'Veon Bell looks great behind that offensive line.
He does,
and if that's how they take advantage. And I know Big Ben only had like 14 passing yards, I think, in the second half. That's because they kept running the ball, and they succeeded at it.
Yeah, and I think you got to give a huge, huge credit to Big Ben and Antonio Brown to set up Bell's big day. They had a huge impact. The first series of the game, the first 2 series of the game, they found each other. Antonio Brown Big Ben found Antonio Brown for 2 touchdowns, and they were huge,
quick touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just crazy. because of what happened. 175 yards on the first 11 plays on offense. Oh, and 2 touchdowns to Antonio Brown. Those guys were on early. That's what set up the huge, I think, Le'Veon Bell day. But all 3 of these guys are good.
Yes.
And it's just
they're key players for that organization.
Yeah, and a lot of word that Big Ben left the game was in a walking boot. He's gonna play. Now here's my thing. Why did the Steelers have him in then? You're up by 4 scores.
He had a lot of reason to not be in that game. All the big 3. They took out, I believe, Le'Veon Bell early, and then Antonio Brown and Big Ben stayed in. Antonio Brown is the punt returner. He's fine. He's the wide receiver. He's fine. But you should give him some rest too, especially with their matchup this coming weekend. You don't yes, the thing is, I saw John Ledyard on Twitter, big time Steelers fan, big time. He's a NFL draft scout almost. He does a lot of stuff with that. He said that yes, Big Ben's in to he can hand it off still. Why the backup can do that? There's no reason to even chance getting hurt, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm ready for this game this weekend between the Steelers who go to Arrowhead and face the Chiefs.
I'm excited.
You can't let no matter what happened throughout the season, this is the playoffs. Steelers did steamroll the Chiefs early in the year. Both teams are completely different teams now, and with the emergence of the Steelers defense. So.
The Cheeseheads. They rolled past the Giants 38-13. It's who other than Aaron Rodgers. He has yet another MVP day.
MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, Matt Ryan is awesome. Stats-wise, he should get the Offensive Player of the Year. Aaron Rodgers means more to the Packers than Matt Ryan does to the Falcons.
What he did yesterday was incredible. And I said in the game, I'll even read the tweet to you guys, because I said this, that once Rodgers had that 8.5 second pocket.
It was, 8.3 seconds or 8.2 seconds.
Yeah.
8.23 seconds, I believe.
In the pocket to lead to their first touchdown. And I said, Giants have had so many opportunities and they have not capitalized. Watch out, Green Bay will make you pay. They did. Then when they went up 7-6, Giants went 3 and out or whatever. I said Packers could go from being down 6-0 to being ahead by 2 or 3 possessions, depending on the drive right before half and what happens. Oh,
Hail Mary.
What?
You should name. Can we just call the Hail Mary?
Yeah.
The Aaron Rodgers from now on.
Third time.
2 in the postseason, and then the pass to Richard Rodgers last year
against the Lions.
And this guy, and I said this too. As that play was happening, I said Aaron Rodgers would be the guy to do that.
Yep.
He is the guy to make that Hail Mary pass. He launches that thing at the perfect angle, and he has the arm strength to get it 50 yards or even 60 yards like last year. This guy is the real deal. Enough with Aaron Rodgers. We all know. Twitterverse was going nuts. We know what he can do. How big of a concern should actually, Jordy Nelson got hurt in the game.
Yeah.
He got injured in the game. Basically a cheap hit.
Yeah.
To the ribs. You can't have that. Mike Pereira kept saying
led with the helmet.
You can't, just because they think that leading with the helmet is targeting towards the head area, it also affects you in the rib area. It was clear, concise evidence that he straight up to the ribs yesterday. I hope Jordy's okay.
I do too.
He's a Kansas native, so I really like him. That really stinks for them. But on the plus side, Randall Cobb, 3 touchdowns. It is apparent after not having him for 2 weeks, or I don't know how long, They needed Graham McCall back in their lineup. They got him. He delivered. Now they lose Jordy Nelson. How big of an impact is this?
I mean, it's definitely an impact. I mean, you don't just, lose your best wide and say, oh, it's fine. I mean,
That's correct.
It's a big weapon. It's one of Rodgers' favorite targets as well. So I think Packer fans should be a little worried, but then again, look who's your quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Ty Montgomery went down, but he came back in the game, which after watching that injury, it did not look good whatsoever. This is a dangerous team. What is it, 7 straight wins now? This team is deadly, and now they play the Cowboys. I mean, obviously, this is the postseason. You're going to face the best of the best of the best. I think right now, though, the Packers are better than the Seahawks. And that's what stinks with how you match up with these teams. Kind of like, I mean, why is it that both our teams have probably the toughest matches of the weekend? It stinks. Our first time to play in the playoffs for this year, and here we go. But no, hey, it's a postseason. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm really excited for this game, and the cool thing, and it's going to lead into our Knicks, into our kind of Knicks thing. What are your final thoughts from Wild Card Weekend? I'm just going to give us some fun facts real quick, and then I'll let you just talk what you think on your final thoughts. 76 points decided the 4 Wild Card games, the largest combined margin of victory in the round since 1990, when the playoffs expanded. Home teams last year in the wild card round went 0-4. This year, the home teams were 4-0, first time since 2011. Oh, and not to mention that, every team has played each other. Every team has played each other in the regular season. So this is not the first go-around for some of these teams this year. Yeah. They played earlier this year.
All of them.
Yeah.
It's a good rematch between the two teams.
And Patriots won against the Texans. The Steelers did beat the Chiefs. Cowboys beat the Packers. And then the Falcons, I believe, beat the Seahawks.
They did beat the Seahawks.
So,
don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's how it was. But
thanks to our producer, Jordan Hester. That's the hand we saw in the frame. So, thanks for the water.
Yes.
That's why I was laughing, everybody.
Is it safe to say the scariest teams in the AFC and the NFC are...
Both played yesterday.
Yeah.
Steelers, Packers.
Yeah.
I can't say it any better.
And that's who we get.
And that's who the Cowboys going to play.
And
that's who the Chiefs going to play. And luckily, both Cowboys and Chiefs are at home. That is awesome.
Yep.
So
we might not even have to leave the state of Texas. And we don't even have, that's a nice thing. I guess we win, we stay at home, or we win, we keep going, but if we lose, we stay at home. I mean, it's not like we have to go home. We stay at home, so it's kind of
awesome. Nice. Well, enough with that. Pretty much wraps up NFL Wild Card Weekend. We will preview the divisional round later on in the week. College football playoff. The Division I national title is tonight. Yeah, playoff. Who said anything about playoff? Tonight at 7 p.m., the Clemson Tigers, who are 13-1, face the Alabama Crimson Tide, who are undefeated at 14-0. Alabama right now is a 7-point favorite. I am taking Clemson. I take Clemson because I do not like Alabama. I respect how great they are. I just don't like Alabama.
What's the score you got?
I don't know if I can say a score because it might even be a shootout again like last year.
The over-under is 51.
Oh, it might be
25 and a half.
It's going to be more than that. I'm thinking, spitballing here, 35-32. Or 35-33, actually.
Okay.
It'll be another close game. Alabama, sorry. Guess you're not going to win this game. And I may be wrong, but I want Clemson to win this game. I'm not a Clemson fan. I'm not an Alabama fan. But I want Clemson to win this game.
I want to take Clemson so bad, but it's so hard to go against Nick Saban. He's the Bill Belichick of college football.
That's another thing I saw today. John Ledyard said it's just like Pittsburgh versus this game is like Pittsburgh versus New England in the NFL. They both have like Alabama and Pitt have, or Alabama and New England have a coach, like historic coach, just carrying the whole team. They have I can't think of the word. They just have the presence that makes you feel like, oh man, we gotta play these guys again.
Yeah, I've got Clemson. I'm gonna take Clemson. I think they will get the job done, and I think it'll be. Oh, this is hard. This is not hard part. I think it'll be 38-30.
You're covering the opposite way though.
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Clemson's looking for revenge after losing a close one last year, after falling to the Tide 45-40. And Steve Sarkisian will be calling the plays for the first time as the Alabama OC, as Lane Kiffin and Coach Saban parted ways last week. Does this have any effect or concern if you're an Alabama fan?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's a very, very over dramatic topic they're talking about. I understand, yes, you just lost your play caller, but that doesn't mean that it takes away from your whole game plan. Nick Saban, he's a great coach. Coach Saban is amazing. I think you got to go with him. I think this won't have that big of an effect. You know, Lane Kiffin, obviously, I understand why he left. He's got to go recruit. I mean, this is taking away. It's hard to recruit while also game plan and manage a team that you are about to leave. So, I don't think it's a horrible deal that he just got it, like they parted ways. You know, I think the media's kind of went out and kind of made it dramatic, like, you know, get some, you know, concerns, you know, get the hoolah going for a week. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be that big of an effect, but I do think Bama will be just fine with Steve as the coordinator. Fun fact, Matt, at 10:30 last night, this is according to ESPN, the cheapest pair of tickets at the hour, including fees on StubHub for tonight's national title game, were priced at $4,342.50. I'm not going to pay that. I'm sorry.
I'm a better view at home for a game I couldn't care less about.
The most expensive ticket,
just to be honest,
behind in the end zone, I think it's 22, or no, I said 22 rows up, I believe. $29,999. That's more expensive than the front row ticket. Looking, and that's behind the Clemson bench.
45 yards.
At the 45-yard line.
Wow.
On the front row. That end zone seat is more expensive than the one
I could
on the
buy
front
a vehicle
row.
with that.
Yeah, the one at the front row is $18,691.20. That's without fees. I don't know what the fees would be.
Yeah, that's something.
It's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable. It's just, that's all I gotta say.
That is stupid. That is stupid. I could buy a car, like you said. I could make a huge house payment.
Yeah, there's so many other things, better things that you could do with that money. Yes, it's sports, but it's college football.
You could also gamble it. You could also gamble that much money on the game and then come out even ahead more.
Yeah, it's whatever. The game's tonight. We both picked Clemson. We'll see how the game goes tonight. Moving on, switching gears to college basketball.
Yes.
The week 10 top 25 AP poll literally just came out.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yep. We were typing. If you saw us typing, that's what we were doing.
We have a new number 1 due to Villanova's loss to Butler last week. Baylor Bears. They are the number 1 team for the first time in their history in the AP poll.
I didn't know that was their first time.
I read that in the Power Ranking article earlier. They are what 15-0 now after having a great win against the Hawkeyes against Iowa State. Number 2, Kansas, the Jayhawks. I know you hate how they won last week against
it happened.
The Wildcats, but things happen. K-State had opportunities to win the game.
And K-State did jump into the top 25.
And that's awesome. That's really cool.
So
I respect that, but I'm not a Wildcat fan. Top 2 teams are from the Big 12.
That's awesome.
No one thought Baylor was going to be this good, and they have the most, in my opinion, the most athletic team in the country as a whole, top to bottom. And they're playing in one of the toughest the toughest conference, really, now that K-State played so well against KU. Everybody has volume in this conference. Villanova moved down to 3, UCLA 4, Gonzaga 5, Kentucky 6, Duke 7 after losing to Virginia Tech, I think, I want to say.
Yeah, I believe so. All those Big Ten, or all
Duke
those
and North Carolina both lost the same day for the first time.
And Virginia.
88.
Virginia's lost too.
Creighton is sitting at 8. Florida State at 9, which is low. And then West Virginia, another Big 12 team, at number 10.
Yeah,
Big 12 is represented.
Big 12 has 4 teams, 3 teams in the top 10, 4 teams in the top 25, with K-State checking in at 25 now. And then Iowa State, they are looking,
receiving votes.
Yeah, on the outside looking in. So 5 Big 12 teams, and we know how tough the Big 12. You know, that Texas Tech KU game was close until KU hit 3 or 4 threes in a row the other night. This Big 12, like they have been saying, every game is a tough one. Every game is tough. So, totally got to give the Big 12 credit again. They are a powerhouse conference. Watch out.
2 undefeated teams within the conference.
Yeah.
3 at 2-1 with K-State, West Virginia, Iowa State. And then the bottom half, Texas Tech, TCU, Texas. And then Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, sadly, both from Oklahoma. Sorry, Marissa, I know the Boomer Sooner, but they're
struggling this year.
Boomer Sooner struggling. Speaking of struggling, I hope they keep struggling because tonight Kansas travels down to Norman and faces the Sooners. So
yeah, there's a lot of Big 12 games tonight as well because I believe, or not tonight, tomorrow night. Sorry, yes.
I love the home and home. We can actually talk about, have a day, I believe we can do this week.
Yeah.
Just college basketball, like mainly college basketball. Talk about the conferences and how they're doing because they're in the swing of things. Conference schedule. ACC is very good.
Might do that Thursday.
Big 12 is very good. Big 10 has some teams, surprise teams. Big East is 4 in the top 25, or in the power.
We can do it tomorrow.
So tomorrow, look forward to us mainly talking about college basketball. We will definitely talk about just Division I men's college basketball and what we can do. With it. So many good things.
Yeah, and look ahead to the games. I know obviously there's games tomorrow night too, especially Baylor. They're back playing, I believe, West Virginia. So that'll be a good game right there. We can talk about, obviously we'll talk about the national championship. As we move on, this is kind of, you could say, like, I just want to be, I don't know, this next topic, it's not really a big deal to probably some of you guys, but for my family, it's an awesome deal. Women's college basketball. Let's get back into some NCAA women's ball. Oregon State, they defeated Stanford last night, 72-69 in double OT last night. Congrats to my cousin Katie and her teammates. With last night's win, it was their first time ever in program history they've defeated the Cardinals in Stanford. And then Oregon State has started conference play now 4-0, defeating three top 25 teams all in a row. Congrats to Oregon State. Pretty impressive. They were 16th going into this week. Sure, they're going to chump way farther in, which is awesome. So congrats to the Beaver women basketball. It was quite the game to listen to last night. Matt, I'll let you, or I guess if you want me to, I'll go ahead and look ahead to Tuesday, and then you can wrap the show up. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll have our breaking news and hot topics. We'll also give college football national championship recap, give our thoughts. If you guys want to, comment, go for it. Then we'll talk. We'll give our NFL, the teams that are still in it, power rankings. Yeah. And at the end of the NFL season, we are going to do, after the Super Bowl, we are going to do a thing where we go from we will go all 32 teams, power rankings, and we will grade them.
Way too early power rankings.
Yeah, and that too. We'll rank, and we'll give a final grade
for this.
Our final grade, and our final rankings.
What they have.
How this season, we'll grade their season this past year, obviously, and then just what they need to do this next year or something. At least grade them. Give these teams a grade.
We'll have a criteria.
So your team will,
because we're stat nerds, we love it. So
your teams we will have grades on. If you disagree, call in on our fan nights.
Yes.
And give us why they should be higher, why they should have got a better grade, whatever. And then we'll do our college basketball. We'll do some college basketball talk tomorrow with our conferences and then matchups also for the night. One other quick thing, Matt. I forgot to mention this when we got in, or when we were going through the national championship. I was gonna post this up. Obviously, most of you guys, or some of you guys, we had, I believe, 19 participants in our college football Capital One Bowl Mania Pick'ems with the MHSM Sports Show. And the top dog right now, sitting at 28, is Frogger 72852. That would be my dad.
Papa Smith. Yeah.
Congrats. I think you're gonna win because I believe the game is only worth 1 point tonight. I don't know if we can see who he took. We can't. But it says 1 point remaining. So he is up by 2 over Matt Hargett. Matt gave him a good run. Billy Willard also is there in second. Casey Sliders, P. Diddy Knows, and then Braden all in fourth with 25. Matty, I'm right below them in seventh with 24, and you are 23. Let's see. I believe I took Bama. So
I took Clemson.
You did take Clemson. So you could jump. You could jump one. Yeah, you could tie me. So that is one good thing. Thank you to all those who have participated in this. Noel,
Jordan is sitting at tied for 14th.
Yep.
So
thanks for all those that played, though.
Yeah.
We are gonna do a national championship, like bracketology. I'm already saying it. We're doing a bracketology one for our sports show. So be ready for March Madness. We should have done something with NFL.
Playoff pool.
Yeah, but
it's fine.
We were all gone for the holidays and stuff. So,
well, thank you for watching and or listening to the Matty Highland Sports Show, or Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. Sorry about the looks like I'm making my own rival.
No, you're good.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MHSM Sports Show and like our Facebook page at Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. We post a lot about everything sports, really.
And this is cool. We can comment now
through
our sports page. So that is that much easier to go click and like our sports show. Just click on us on the comment and then go hit the like button or join, whatever you have to do.
We also have a YouTube page. He
uploaded
a ton of videos yesterday. Thanks. Again
So
for that.
we are getting closer. I believe there's 7, now 8 more after today's show that need to be updated, and we will be caught up. Try to get that done this week. I got a lot done though over break. So
click and subscribe. Click that subscribe button at Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show, and don't forget to follow our new Instagram page.
yes,
That was just created, I believe, this last weekend. That it is at MHSN Sports Talk.
yeah, it is tough.
It's a little different, but it's still.
We couldn't do sports show, I guess, or something like that. So it is sports talk. We have posted one picture, I believe.
Our cartoon.
Yeah, our
picture that
cartoon
is
one.
awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Awesomely
Shout out
awesome.
to Jordan
So
for doing that.
Yes.
So she takes care of.
Thanks to our producer Jordan Hester today.
Yeah, she takes care of almost all of our sports social media stuff. So shout out to her.
From Matty Highland,
And Smitty McQueen.
we hope to see you guys again tomorrow and have a good rest of the day. Good luck to both teams tonight in the national title game.